We are Mia and Massi. We live on this beautiful island called Sicily. Join us on our adventures around the island and making and eating local cuisine, on our villa DIYs and on our simple slow living. This is our Sicilian Dolce vita. Venite con noi. We've come back to Mili, often called the Terrace of the Ible because of this beautiful terrace overlooking the Ionian Sea and Mount Etna. And we came back because we had been here on the 26th of December when the live nativity was on, but we came at night, and this time we've come in the day. And what a view it has. On the left is Her Majesty Mount Etna.
So not only do you have Etna, but you've got the sea as well.
The Basilica of San Sebastiano is one of the town's most important landmarks with its majestic Baroque facade. So we are in Piazza San Sebastiano, the town's masterpiece, and this is called Loggiato Monumentale, which is a grand 19th century portico which stands next to the basilica, adding to the square's monumental feel. The square's importance is rooted in the legend of the statue, and they say that in 1414 a ship carrying a statue of San Sebastiano was shipwrecked nearby, and according to local tradition the statue became miraculously heavy and impossible to move for everyone except the inhabitants of Mili, who were then able to carry it to the town in a joyful procession.
Massi, I found a place for you. Centro Anziani, per te.
Similar to its neighbouring Noto and Siracusa, the historic buildings often feature Baroque elements, including ornate stone balconies with wrought iron railings and decorative portals. The houses are sun-washed, time-worn but full of character. The exteriors often look rustic and slightly weathered, sometimes cracked but dignified, like it's living a long, proud life. Balconies are often overflowing with potted herbs, citrus trees and flowers. The feel is authentic, soulful and deeply rooted in tradition. Beautiful and in a humble, imperfect and heartfelt way. These typical historic houses are often narrow and spread across multiple floors. It is common to find living spaces on the upper floors with small balconies to maximize the panoramic views of Mount Etna and the sea. This is La Chiesa Madre di San Nicolò, which is in Piazza Duomo. This piazza serves as the town's urban and religious center.
Having a little snack, Mas?
Yeah, looking at the sour orange. These are mandaranj.
Are they?
So half mandarin,
And half orange. So lovely that they have them in the middle of the piazza. I'm just going to leave Massi back at the Centro Anziani. He's been out for too long this morning. today we thought we'd choose this beautiful spot here where we've got Mount Etna behind us.
Sitting on a park bench.
Yeah, and we've got the sea view. Such a beautiful day.
Lovely day today.
We just decided to
actually,
come for a little bit of a stroll.
The thing is that I looked on the app last night and it said it was going to rain all day.
Never believed the
Much to the app's disgust.
the sun shining.
The sun is shining. It is beautiful day today.
Absolutely. We just decided to come for a little bit of a walk. We both have half a day off.
Yeah.
And we thought we'd never filmed in the day in Mili.
Yeah, we came here for
the
day.
26th, yeah.
And well, that was in the evening, wasn't it?
It was at night.
And then we went down to the caves and we showed
That's
you a bit
right.
of the caves. But now we're here in the daytime. There
And
is
it's
very
so
few people around.
Yeah, everyone's working. Just a few
It's
old
on
folks.
Monday morning, isn't it?
Yeah. I had to drop you off at the
old
Centro Anziani.
Yeah. The Centro Anziani is a place for old people to get
it's like a
together
club.
and play cards, and something that I'll be doing in the future.
And I'll be coming to pick you up. So yeah, just simple day out. We stopped for a cappuccino. We spent €7. We had two cups of cappuccino, due cornetti,
2 cups of chino.
2 cups of chino, 2 cornettos.
Just to relax on
Beautiful.
the bar. Yeah,
It is now midday, and we're slowly going to make our way. Are we going to go see the view from above?
We're going to go for a drive to see if we can get a view.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably will.
And just life is slow, and it's just so beautiful. And this place is so underrated. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
We found such beautiful little alleyways and cobblestone streets and a beautiful old church.
Everything is pretty about it.
Just get in your car when you're here. Just get in your car and go visit little.
Get in your car and drive.
Get in your car and drive. Honestly, don't go to. Of course, go see the main attractions, but we always say go off the beaten track.
Yeah, you should always go and try and see what else there is other than tourist attractions.
Absolutely, and actually, people treat you really nicely when they see that you've come to see their little village.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They enjoy. They're quite proud of their little home.
They are, aren't they? I'm still gutted that this church is. We've never been able to go into this church.
No,
have
it's
we?
always been closed.
It's always
every time we
closed.
come, yeah.
But Massi took some good drone footage of
Yeah.
it above.
Show you the size, the immenseness of it.
Yeah.
Quite big.
Should we make our way?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Buongiorno. Another lovely day. So I'm taking this. I'm taking the advantage of the beautiful day to do a little bit of de-weeding, which I'm not keen on, but has to be done, unfortunately. So all this front area here, I'm going to try and tackle the weeds this morning. Let's see how far I get. Okay, come again. Huh?
I'll get it for you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm so glad I didn't throw away these bulbs because I honestly thought they had died, but I think my problem was I planted them too deep, so I took them out of their pots and now I've planted them all here. Let's see what happens. And after a morning of de-weeding and planting bulbs, we're gonna go cook some lunch. Actually, you're gonna cook some lunch.
Some food time.
Food, let's go.
So I'm making layers of potatoes, putting some meat in and layering it again, putting it in the oven, leaving it. It's going to be a simple dish. You have to only prepare it, put it straight in the oven. I'm starting out straight away. I've got a pan heating up here. No oil in the pan. I've got some garlic and I've got some rosemary finely chopped in there. So I'm taking some breadcrumbs. I'm going to put them in there on top of the garlic and the rosemary to trap the flavor in. And you're just going to let that toast off a bit. You don't want to burn it. Be careful. Right, so while that's going, I'm just going to get some pepper in there, black pepper, freshly crushed, just to give it that extra bite of flavor. So you want to get that all seasoned up. Get some salt. Throw some salt in there as well. Okay, and then you just keep mixing it up. As you can see, the color changes really quickly depending on the thickness of the pan. Just get it nice and golden brown. Right, so we got that to a good color. It's a nice golden brown. Why? Because you don't want it to stay moist, so you want to dry it out. So it's dried out like that. It's flavored up very well. While I've done that, I've popped the oven on. I put it into 180. I'm letting that preheat. So now let's get to cutting the potatoes and onions. So you take your onion, slice it quite finely. I'm just doing a rough cut here, basically. Quick and easy way to get that potato nicely sliced quite evenly. I normally just cut the bottom off, very thin slice of it. So you've got a flat surface, put it down, and you just thinly slice it. I'm using a big knife because I've got more control over it. Right, I've got everything sliced up my potatoes, sliced up my onions, and now I'm going to get the meat and everything in there. So what we do first, a layer of oil on the bottom of I've lined it with oven paper. Remember, the oil needs to spread out quite evenly. So I'm going to get me a little brush. I'm going to get that all evenly because you don't want your potatoes to get dry underneath because they just tend to stick even to oven paper. Okay, so we got all that going. So we take our first few potatoes and we line the tin with your potatoes. So I'm putting them all in a nice thin line and lining the bottom. The only reason why I'm lining the bottom is so I don't burn anything that is in contact with the metal on the bottom. So tiny bit of pepper, because I've put pepper in the breadcrumbs already. You want to season everything. I'm going to add another little thing that I didn't do the other day, is put some oregano. Tiny bit of salt. Get your breadcrumbs on there. So you just want to line it with the breadcrumbs. And get a drop of oil. Put that on as well. There you go. So basically what I'm using as in meat, I'm using lonza, what we call in Italy lonza. That's a thinly sliced pork. I think it's the shoulder where it should come from. I'm just going to place them on very...
I suppose you could substitute the pork with chicken, right, Mas?
You could put chicken, you could put any kind of meat. We're just
anything.
using pork because it's really flavoursome. A lot of flavour in pork. So we're just laying them down flat, like you would do a lasagna.
And I suppose if you're a vegetarian, you could add a
Just
vegetable.
use aubergines. Aubergines would be good.
Zucchini, anything like that.
Okay, so now we're going to get some rosemary on there. I'm going to take some rosemary, de-leaf it, put it on there. Maria doesn't like rosemary whole, so she wants me to chop it up. But
I do. I love rosemary, but you go mad with it. So.
I love rosemary. I don't like it. I love it.
I can tell.
Okay, so we're going to get some of that on. Nice tiny bit of oregano again. Some salt and pepper. salt. Right, so a little bit of your breadcrumbs are going on the top as well. Okay, so now you can start layering more potatoes. Right, so that's the first, what can you call a strada in English? Layer. Okay, there you go, sorry. So what I'm doing now, I'm just repeating the process. So I'm lining the tin again with my thinly sliced potatoes. Here's my layers going on. Last bit I'm putting on now is the onions. And I'm just going to throw in a whole chili. So oregano, same method as we did before. Black pepper, salt, breadcrumbs. Now you can lay it on as much as you want. Right, so I've laid that all out. It's like a meat lasagna with potatoes. I'm going to give it a last sprig of oil. I'm not gonna be shy with oil. I'm going to give it some fat in it. Fine. So now, once we've done that, I'm going to get a bit of white wine. Put my fingers over it and just going to sprinkle it on there. That should be enough. Get enough humidity in there. One thing I did not mention before, I've got cheese here. Now, this is not normal cheese. This is primo sale. In Sicily, it's a cheese that everybody uses. So basically, it's a pecorino cheese, and it's not very dry. It's still got a bit of moistness to it. I've grated that. I'm going to put that on halfway through the cooking, or even at the end, just to let it sink in and give it that cheesy crust on top. So, I've got the oven all heated up. That's ready to go in.
So we said 180?
180 degrees. You're going to put it in for 35 minutes. I'm going to put that in and let that cook away.
People often think Italians live longer because of their diet, their lifestyle, or their genetics. And yes, that is also true. But I really think that keeping your level of chronic stress down really helps. People in Sardinia live longer, not because they eat fish, but because they live in harmony with themselves. To wake up in the morning and have purpose in life is, for us, extremely important. So even making the simplest things like a cup of coffee, just make it become a beautiful ritual and purposeful.
The cheese now comes into action. So it's been 35 minutes now, just under. I'm going to now lay the cheese on. I'm going to pop it back in the oven. I'm going to turn the oven off and just let it rest for about 10 minutes. And that should be it. Right, so I got my cheese layer on there. It's quite hot, so I'm going to grab it quickly. Put it in there, and I'm turning the oven off. Perfectamundo. Perfectimo, as Jill would say. Lovely jubbly.
Buon appetito. Massi is playing with his new toy. I thought I'd never see the day that you would just sit and watch the lawnmower do its job.
I don't think that either.
So we've been kindly asked to collaborate with this company called Mower, and of course you can imagine how happy Massi is. He's in his element. But we'll talk about that soon in the next video. Ciao, alla prossima.